Hello friends. This is Becky with Becky Budgets. We're going to go ahead and do our closeout for the month of September. I'll be honest with you, I've been dragging my feet and dreading doing September because I know that the Discover card, which was used for all of our IVF for cycle 1, was going to need to be added on. So it wasn't one of the best months for us, but part of budgeting is to be honest, and I have promised myself to be transparent to each and every one of you. So let's go ahead and get started. Just know it's not going to be pretty. So my income for the month of September was $4,581.46. My husband's income came in as $3,011.85. And we did get what we projected with a $2,075. When I add those three values together, we end up with a total of $9,668. And I always round down with our income and round up with our expenses. Moving on to rent. Rent for the month of September came in as $2,439. Our subscriptions were a little less at 64. Excel was right on track, 323. I did get a little sneak peek before I did the budget, which is why that was on track. My husband's Apple phone was 57. T-Mobile stayed at 100. Xfinity came in as 169. Allstate car insurance came in as 143. I know I had mentioned that we were due for an update on the policy, and it did go up about $25. So you'll see that in the month of November. And then our dog insurance, which is through Nationwide, came in as budgeted as $154. If you remembered in my spending update calendar, I did go ahead and have $34 of unbudgeted expenses. So this is where I do account for that. When I add these values together, let's see, that gives us a total of, let me do that one more time. And that gives us a total of $3,483. Moving on to our variable expenses. In the month of September, we weren't able to get one of those hundreds in for our food. So we ended up putting $375 towards food, $250 towards gas. Pets did not need anything. My husband got his $150. I got my $100. Eating out got its $75. And miscellaneous got $50. When we add those values together, that gives us $1,000, which is $25 less, and it's accounted for in the $25 we put towards food that was less. Moving down to debt, we paid $490 instead of the $426. That had a lot to do with the fact that we had to pay the minimum on the Discover, because until I get the money back from the IVF cycle that wasn't spent, we do have to pay a minimum on that credit card. Our Upstart loans came in as $1,652. Advantage, right on track. My Barclay did get a $61 overage. My husband's got a $51 overage. And then we did get those $1,500 that went towards paying the doctor's fees of our IVF. So that is part of the money we're going to be getting back. When we add these values together, that gives us a total of $3,000. That doesn't look right. 490 plus 1652. 181, 61, 51, and 1,500. That looks more like it. That gives us a total of $3,935. Savings stayed pretty much on track. So Christmas got 185 with our 52-week challenge, and then my husband's, which goes towards moving, got 185. And our sinking funds did get $100 per week. So that should total the same thing that we had budgeted. And it does. So that's $770. Moving down here to see where our total income minus the expenses equals, we have a total income of $9,668. And by adding all of these sections together, we end up getting our expenses. So our expenses were $9,188. When I take the expenses from the income, we ended up with an overage of $480. And as you know, that overage went into our savings towards IVF in the month of September. Now we're getting to a point where, since I know I'm getting a refund, I'm kind of holding back on moving these savings. We are starting a different treatment plan, which is known as an IUI, and that is going to require medications. As I've mentioned before, those medications are about $175 or $150 a pop. So we are going to need a stockpile in our medical and in the IVF savings to kind of cover that. But on paper, it looks like September was actually an okay month. We weren't in the negative, we were actually in the positive. Moving on to my favorite section in the Budget Mom workbook, which is the monthly closeout. Here's where it gets so not so much exciting. So in the total debt section, I went ahead and put down all of our debt. All of those have incrementally gone down, but the Discover is currently sitting at $3,887.61, which has skewed our results. We did hold off on doing our snowball last month, so all we did was put those overages on, which equaled $112. With the minimum payments and those extra $112, we ended up paying $2,434.64 towards our debt. Last month, we were at $133,670. This month, you know what, just to check, let's go ahead and see where we would have been if we didn't spend money. Yeah, so we would have been down probably about $300 this month if we didn't have that Discover bill. But hopefully when we do get that money back, we'll have another jump down in the budget. Taking the difference between these two values, we actually made a negative or a decrease in our debt. I guess it was an increase in debt of $3,630.86, which means that we had a total debt progress in September of negative 2.59%. Looking at everything overall, our starting debt was $139 with $969.47. We're currently sitting at $137,231.56, which means that we have an overall debt progress of 2737.91. Overall, we have a 1.96% progress, which, let me compare that to last month. Yeah, we were at 4.6 and now we're at 1.96, which means that we did go down those 2.59%. Going into our monthly net worth tracker, and I'm just checking to make sure that we are in frame. In the month of August, we were at a negative $4,436.06. Our retirement funds, which are in this section right here, did go down quite a bit by September 30th. That being said, our total assets are at $124,807.35, and our liabilities with that Discover card is $137,231.56. That means that our total net worth went from negative $4,436 down further to negative $12,424.21. That included a 280% increase because we did almost triple our net worth in the negative direction in the month of September. One day, I hope that we will be in the positive in that section. Moving on to where did our money go? In this section, I like to take a look to see where the differences were as to what I budgeted and what we paid. It was a surprise to me that the only place that we went in the negative were in credit cards, and it was due to those added fees. So it was the $66 to our or $60 something towards the Discover, plus the $112 that went towards our credit cards. Moving over to our monthly debt breakdown. As always, I am happy to report that we are kind of staying on track when it comes to how we want to do this debt journey. We are putting a higher percentage towards our debt payments and then about 10% towards our savings. So we did stay on track there. The only thing to note here is that Barclay B, which is my Barclay card, which currently holds the Dell account, did not get any extra funds. So it was right in the same percentage as all the other cards. This is the second month that it's doing that. So hopefully in the month of October, we will see growth in that. Our Upstart loans always do take the bulk because those are set amounts. And when I looked at my amounts today, Upstart number 1 is less than 10,000, which is really exciting. Moving on to our savings, here I calculate how much of those 9.51% went towards our savings accounts. So our 52-week number 2s times 2 got $370, which is about 48% of what we saved. And our sinking funds got $400, which was about 51.9% of what we saved. Last but certainly not least is our September monthly spending comparison. So here I am comparing August to September. This is where it gets a little crazy. So right off the bat, we can tell that our rent in August was prorated. In September, it was the full amount. So there was a change of $205.92. It was expected. Excel did go up $33.19. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. From September to October, it did come down about $30. So we're hoping that it will continue to come down. Credit cards did end up getting $157. This negative, honestly, does not affect me because I know that that just means that we put more money towards debt. And then our Xfinity, which we were expecting because we were going to have a prorated amount plus the new unlimited data package. We did pay $20.36 extra in that. Overall, September was a difficult month, I'll be honest with you. We did have to get into a little bit of debt in order to pay off for our IVF, but that's okay. We did go through that heartache of not being able to pass our IVF. It was a failed cycle. But that being said, the silver lining is that all the debt we got into is going to be paid off. Crossing my fingers that happens before I start my new cycle, but I don't think it'll be happening as my new cycle starts in 2 weeks. Well, friends, that's all I've got for you today. I will be doing a short video probably tomorrow as like a second bonus video, just going through our savings or our debt trackers and counting the money that we saved in our $5 and $1 savings tomorrow. Thank you to each and every one of you who has taken time out of your day to watch this content. I appreciate and love all of you. That being said, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care, friends. Bye.